This is a text exchange between Tom Hanks and his son. So I figured I'll read it on the podcast. And so anyone that was wondering can get the idea through Mini Hanks. You know what? I think you should read it.
Okay.
You can read this better.
All right. Big Main, can you explain the Drake, Kendrick, Lamar feud to me? Yeah, so Drake and this other dude, J. Cole, been saying they, along with Kendrick, are the big three in rap. Then Kendrick put out a song saying, fuck the big three, it's just Big Me, initiating the beef. Then Drake was like, you got small feet because you're like 5'5" or whatever. And then Kendrick was like, you're a deadbeat dad, and made fun of his Canadian accent. So Drake came back and was like, oh yeah, well, I heard you beat your wife. But literally like 30 seconds later, Kendrick put out a diss overshadowing Drake's diss where he pretty much methodically dismantled Drake's entire psyche and called him a pedophile for flirting with young girls and revealing Drake had another kid that he was hiding from the world, which turned out to be false. Drake came back and was like, haha, I got your ass. I had people give you false info to make you look stupid, but it didn't even matter because then Kendrick just dropped another West Coast banger where he really went in on labeling Drake as a pedophile. That was pretty much the sonic equivalent of when you took me to your high school in Oakland and we walked in on the basketball game and everybody started going nuts. Like if you heard it, you would just automatically know how to crip walk with a stank face while clutching an Oscar in each hand with Marshawn Lynch. And then dap him up, tell him town business, which solidified the win, not only for Kendrick, but for the entire West Coast. Tom Hanks' reply, holy cow. These are fighting words. People taking sides. Who's winning? Did you not just read what I said? I have listened to these songs. Kendrick did drop a West Coast banger.
I got the vibe that Kendrick won and Drake's just being clowned on at this point. So is it still going on?
It's not going on like nobody. I don't think anybody has dropped a diss in a while after Kendrick's. I think Drake is kind of backing off.
I would.
It's like, what? No, I'm not a pedophile. No.
Bro,
don't say that.
That was
you don't say that.
That was the funniest part, right? Because it was like, I heard the songs briefly on my flight to Vegas, but didn't Kendrick say something about Drake being a pedophile? And then Drake's response was, I didn't fuck with Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Like no one had brought Millie Bobby Brown up until Drake did.
Well, that was like after everybody was calling him a pedophile. Everybody was posting pictures with him with younger people. And there's a lot of them with Millie Bobby Brown.
Have you seen the video of him with that girl on stage?
Mm-mm.
There was a video that surfaced of Drake on stage with a girl. And, you know, he invited her on stage, like, come up, whatever. And she hugged him. And while they're hugging, he goes, how old are you? And she goes, I'm 17. And he's like, oh, shit, nah. I'm too famous to go to prison. Those breasts feel really nice, though. And it is a real video of something that happened at a concert.
Mm.
So it sounds to me like Kendrick ain't just blowing smoke.
In the words of Kendrick Lamar, pedophile.
Oh, Kendrick also revoked his N-word license, right?
Yeah, that was good.
Is Drake done? Do you think that this has...
No, it's not going to end his career. I think he lost, though.
You don't think this is going to affect his reputation going forward, though, with how much publicity this got?
No, the songs he puts out are still going to get listened to, regardless. I don't think you can do anything unless you actually like convict him and send him to jail.
Drake said in a song, he's like, I can't be a pedophile. I'm too famous. Something like, because he's too famous, he would have been caught. Meanwhile, Epstein existed, and all those motherfuckers.
You're never too famous. What?
Well, you know, Drake,
you're still a pedophile.
That's his defense, is I'm too famous to be a pedophile.
That's not how this works.
Or the whole Kendrick calling Drake out for being a pedophile, and then Drake was like, oh yeah? Well, I heard you were a victim. What kind of response is that? It was like, oh yeah, he's a pedophile. Here's some things to back it up. Oh yeah? Well, I heard you got touched as a kid, or whatever the fuck.
Like all the ones that you've been touching. Drake's not really a battle rapper.
No, I don't get the sense that he is.